Estiva, this is Geovisual coming at you with another Destiny video. Today I'm going to show you guys how to farm Vanguard heroic strikes. If you find this video enjoyable and helpful, make sure you guys leave a like. Let's try to get to 200 likes on this video, and let's dive right on in. And let me know if you guys want me to do this weekly. I'm not only going to show you what weapons to use, but I am going to tell you guys how to set up your classes for each individual Vanguard heroic strike each week. So let's take a look at what we have. We have the following. We have heroic, solar burn, which are going to be our main thing. We have shaft, player radar is disabled, and we have catapult grenades. Recharge rate is greatly increased. So first and foremost, I personally will be running the majority of my strikes under my warlock. That being the reason why I think he's has one of the best solar classes, especially for this Vanguard heroic strike. So we're gonna start out with the warlock, then work our way through the hunter, then titan, and then we'll cover what weapons you guys should use when equipping this. So first and foremost, of course, if you are running a warlock, you're definitely going to want to run SUNSINGER, and this is the build you are going to want to have. So first of all, you're going to want to have solar grenades. You're going to your glide or your jump doesn't really matter, but I like focus burst more than balance glide. I think this one helps really well to traverse the maps. As far as this one, you're probably going to be running radiant skin, and you guys are going to be doing this solo. But if you're doing it with a friend, Song of Flame actually works a little bit better because it will, while you have Radiance, it gives the cooldown to the rest of your allies. So it kind of helps out your team. But Radiant Skin should probably be the one you should be going with if you're running solo. You can skip this one, the Scorch Melee. You can either go with Flame Shield, and Brimstone is actually pretty good. But probably Flame Shield is actually pretty interesting depending on what strike you're doing, or Brimstone, whichever one you like. As far as this tree right here, you could either go with Radiant Wheel, which increases the duration of Radiance. That means your super's going to be active a little bit more. Or you could go with Viking Funeral. This is actually very effective when taking on the bosses as opposed to this one. So you can mix and match this one, whichever preference you'd like. And last but not least, you're going to want to go ahead and run Touch of Flame. All grenade ignites enemies, causes damage over time. The reason I wouldn't go with Gift of the Sun, because that gives you 2 additional grenades, is because remember, your pretty much your grenade will be recharging frequently, so you really don't need an additional grenade. You're more than better likely to go ahead and have all grenade ignites enemies, causes damage over time. Alright, so now we are at our Titan class, and for the Titan class, of course, you're going to be running Sunbreaker. You're going to want to run whichever grenade you want, because there's not a particular grenade you're going to be kind of determined to actually run. Any grenade will be able to do. As far as your jumps, you guys should be able to run any jump that you want. The stuff you're going to primarily be focused mostly on when it comes to your Titan build or your Sunbreaker build, you're going to want to run Forge Master. Forge Master throws more hammers, and hammer causes a bigger explosion. This is going to be a very, very interesting one to have, and one that is primarily required. Next up, you're going to want to go ahead and run the following, which is the Flame Seeker. Your Hammer of Soul will alter its flight path to seek out enemies. So this is pretty much kind of like a tracking hammer that you throw, and it tracks onto the enemies. So you're going to go ahead and get that done. Next up, you're going to want to go ahead and have, where is it, right here, Cauterize. This one, enemies brought down by your fire regenerate your health. So pretty much if you hit someone with your hammer, your health will come back, and you should be able to regen that health really, really cool and effectively. So make sure you are going to go ahead and have those ready. So that's what you're going to have for your Titan class, fellas, because I know I don't have mine unlocked, but I had it unlocked like 2 weeks ago before I had to make another Titan. But let's go ahead and jump on in and check out what we'll want for our Hunter class. Alright, so here we are with our Hunter class. Of course, you're going to run Gunslinger. Primarily, the ones you're going to want it to run is Incendiary Grenades. Incendiary Grenades are going to be helpful a lot exponentially. You're going to want to run Deadeye, and I'll explain a little bit further why. You're going to want to run Incendiary Plates. These means that your throwing knives will go ahead and deal more damage over time. You're going to want to run Chain of Wu. This is precision kills, increased weapon reload speed, stacks up to 3 times, and you're definitely going to want to go ahead and run Gunslinger Trance. Precision kills, increased weapon stability. The reason why you're going to want to run this build is because if you're doing grinding this out, you're definitely going to want to have the Celestial Nighthawk. Remember, this one gives you a massive damage when using your Golden Gun, and you're going to want to be as precise as you can with your Golden Gun, because you're going to want to be effective and make sure you're hitting the target. So the Celestial Nighthawk with the Gunslinger class will be very beneficial. But now let's go ahead, dive in, and talk about what weapons and what gear you should definitely have when running this. Last but not least, here we are with a Warlock class. Our Warlock class, what we're going to want to be doing is running the following. But let's talk a little bit about the gear before we dive into the weapons. What you're going to want to have is you're going to want to have a gear that gives you the advantage of having the solar armor, which will go ahead and increase your armor when using solar-based subclasses. So you should have this on your Titan, Warlock, and Hunter. All classes have some this type of armor. So remember, the enemies will be shooting you, so you're definitely going to want to have that armor. You also can find these in boots. What the boots will give you is the ability to increase the agility for 5 seconds after you get solar kills. So like I said, you can have these across the board on a Hunter and Titan as well. As far as the weapons, you're going to want to run any primary legendary that has a high impact. For example, I'm going to be running the Magaloop, or you can run Eos Luna, Lord High Fixer, or any scout rifle that has a very high impact of rate of fire, and it should be good. As a secondary, you're going to run any sniper or shoddy with solar burn. Your main focus that you're going to want to have your exotics is for the heavy ammo. Me, of course, I'm going to be running the Race Slider, which is really good. Or you could do the Slipper Simulate. The biggest difference between the Sleeper and the Race Slider, the Sleeper, you can actually stay back a little bit and shoot. With the Race Slider, you're going to have to be more up close and personal, but it lets you kill more ads and get rid of the enemies a lot quicker. Let me know in the comment section down below if you found this video helpful and informative. If you did, make sure you guys leave a comment and a like. And let me know if you guys wanted me to do these weekly. If you do, I'll go ahead and get those done for you guys. But don't forget, guys, if you want to stay up to date to all things Destiny, make sure you keep it locked on this channel. And I will catch you guys on the next video.